First beginner chord we're going to look at is E minor. You want to hold the 2nd fret of the A string and the 2nd fret of the D string. So I'm using the index finger and the middle finger here. You could also use the middle finger and the ring finger, or the ring finger and the pinky. You should try each of those. Here we go, starting from the E string down. When you're holding chords, you want to keep your fingers curved. You don't want to be like this. You want to keep the fingertips on the strings, keep your fingers curved. The second chord you're going to learn is E major. So all you have to do is take your E minor chord, using your ring and middle fingers here, like so, and then put your index finger on the 1st fret of the G string. Starting from the low E string down. You could also play E major using the pinky, ring, and middle fingers. Remember to keep everything curved when you're holding down these chords. Now the next chord you're going to learn is A minor. And to play A minor, all you have to do is take your E major shape and move every finger down one string. So what we have here now is index is on the 1st fret of the B string, ring finger here is on the 2nd fret of G, and middle is on 2nd fret of D. Now we're starting from the A string down with A minor. The next chord you're going to learn is C major. And to play C major from A minor, all you have to do is take this finger off, the ring finger off the 2nd fret of the G, and put it onto the 3rd fret of the A string. Starting from the A string down. So C major is the 1st fret of the B string, open G, 2nd fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the A string. Starting from the A string down. The next chord you're going to learn is D major. To play D, you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of high E, index goes to 2nd fret of G, and ring is here in between on the 3rd fret of the B string. You're starting from the D string down on this one. Now we're going to play A major, 2nd fret of the B string, 2nd fret of G, 2nd fret of D. Start from an open A string. Starting from the A string down. You could also use your index finger to hold down the 2nd frets of D, G, and B. You won't hear your high E string there though if you do that, but sometimes that doesn't matter anyway. Sometimes you can use a combination of other fingers if you prefer. The next chord we're going to look at is G major, 3rd fret of the high E string, 3rd fret of the low E string, 2nd fret of the A string. Now you can also play G major by holding the 3rd fret of the B string. It could be an open B string or a 3rd fret, and you do it using that finger there. And then of course at the top here we have 3rd fret of the E string again and 2nd fret of the A string. Now we're going to look at B major, 2nd fret of the A string, that's a B note, then 4th fret of the D, G, and B strings. We'll also take a look at B7 here, which is a variation of a B major chord, we're going to go to the 2nd fret of the A string, 1st fret of D, 2nd fret of G, open B string, and 2nd fret of high E, starting from the A string down, B7. The last chord we're going to look at here is an F major bar chord. First we'll learn the easy version, which would be the 1st frets of the high E and B strings, 2nd fret of G, 3rd fret of D. That's like a partial bar chord of F there. Now we're going to do the full F major bar chord. And an easy way to learn this is to start off with your E major open chord, pinky on the 2nd fret of D, ring on the 2nd fret of A, middle on the 1st fret of G. That's our E major open chord. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shift this over 1 fret. So now we're in the 3rd frets of A and D and the 2nd fret of G there, and the index finger here is going to bar across the whole 1st fret there. And we're starting from the low E string down. That's an F major bar chord. You could take this up to the 3rd fret here. That would be a G major bar chord. The 5th fret is an A major bar chord. It's all about the notes on the E string. That's an F note, G note, A note. So here's E, over 1 fret, index finger down, F major bar chord.